I have not replied yet, though. I have a little bit of concern.
Yeah,
We're setting a precedent that I'm not sure is good.
yeah. Yeah,
Kind of waiting it out a little bit since I'm only on a B lot and I don't ski. Plus, I have a little bit of a,
yeah,
I shouldn't say it's a big conflict of interest, but there is one,
yeah,
and I prefer to lay back on it.
yeah, I hear you. Well, now we can start.
7 o'clock, meeting is called to order. Roll call, Dick Natrup,
I'm here.
Lynn Paulson.
Here.
Ed Miller is here. Certification of compliance with the open meetings law, the door is open. There is no correspondence. Did you look over the minutes from May 8th, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Everything look good to you?
I didn't see any changes required. Move the minutes be approved as written.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes are approved. Okay, we'll get to opening bids. Since you were here, I'll let you do the honors.
Yeah, you're right, no. You're right, remote.
Yeah.
See the map? Okay, does everybody, has everybody looked at everything you wanna look at?
I just wanted to maybe just take a look at the summaries and see what the differential can be
Okay,
real quick.
this is P and D's,
Just like, it's just the difference in the price.
prices of the asphalt. Okay.
Okay.
All right, prices came in, I'll just read them off from highest to lowest. Rock Road was 115,116.64. Painted Dolan was 114,827.20. The county was 111,396, but theirs is just an estimate. And Wolf Construction was 99,793.52. Does anybody on the committee have any reason not to award it to Wolf?
I move we recommend to the town board that Wolf maybe be granted the contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. We will recommend to the board Monday night to award the contract to Wolf Paving.
No pictures. Frank Brothers.
Frank Brothers didn't show up.
We missed the deadline.
They were 240,000 high in Sullivan last night, they were doing that, so.
240,000 high. Last year when we did the bidding, I think it was Kyle that came out to my house and he said he was hoping that everybody was already full and that they could sneak a job in. And they were 33,000 higher than either one of you last year. So,
Second item on the agenda, sir.
I lost my agenda.
Discussion of the road trip of May 4th.
Okay.
June 4th. June 4th.
If you gentlemen wanna leave, you can.
Can we get the bid tabs?
Bid tabs,
The detailed one, you know, each
Yep.
item?
I will get that out to you, this week sometime or the first part of next week.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
And if you
Thanks
don't
for
wanna,
coming.
if you don't wanna come Monday, Randy, I can send you the,
Okay, contract.
contract stuff.
Okay, sure.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All right.
Thank you for, bidding, Dennis.
Thank you.
Randy?
My birthday present.
Okay, we came in a little bit higher, but I don't think it was completely out of line. I mean, the numbers from all of them were pretty close.
Yeah.
The county was even in there.
Differential clearly came in the cost. There was some substantial differences in the estimate.
Except with the county, theirs is just an estimate,
Right,
always just an estimate.
right, and I have to offer them.
Well, I know, and I
Oh, it's not a
understand, but I
problem.
mean, it makes it easier to make a decision whether or
Right.
not the cheapest.
Okay, discussion of the highway tour we took yesterday. Dick, you kept the notes.
I did, it was
I will leave
certainly
it up to you.
exciting. We covered all the roads, a couple of the roads that are in reality private drives we did not go down, but noted a number of things. In general, we've got some canopy issues that need to be dealt with for safe passage of school buses, and Ed has already talked to Bernard about that, and actually he was working on some stuff yesterday as we went around. We pretty much affirmed some of the conclusions of previous road trips. There are some areas that are in serious need of repair, and we pretty well got everything lined up for this year, so we'll be looking at those seriously for next year. Couple that are not in bad shape, and we felt we could perhaps do some chip sealing next year and the year after and preclude any major maintenance going down the road. But then there are always the surprises, but I didn't really go through these and summarize them as we just went out yesterday, but let me just look through here real quick. Hooper Road, there's some areas that are not too bad, but other areas that will need some patching sooner rather than later. Some areas we can probably get by with some crack sealing, which will buy us some time. Marion Road, might be able to get 2 to 3 years out of that, but it's beyond chip sealing at this point. It's going to need to be pulverized and repaved. Mill Road, very rough condition, but very low traffic, so we're not too concerned about that at this point. Parkview, preventative maintenance there, crack seal and seal coat. Should buy us another 6 to 8 years on Parkview. Pine Drive, pretty good shape right now, even though there's a lot of houses on Pine Drive. Some crack sealing will probably buy us several years before we need to do anything there. Rocky Ridge, also in pretty good shape. We probably ought to schedule it for crack sealing next year. In between the cracks, it's in good shape, but the cracks have got grass growing up through them already. So for sure we'll have to crack seal, then maybe wait a year and see what goes on there. Island Road, there's a couple of spots there that are in pretty rough shape. May have to wedge in the middle in some spots. Island Road is that's an area of relatively high groundwater as well. Could blow up on us at any time, but we were fortunate this year that none of those low areas did. Young Road, we're dealing with this year some crack sealing, Marsh Road. Marsh Road itself is not in bad shape. Lowland Road is now and probably always will be in relatively bad shape. That also did not blow up to the extent that we thought it might as a result of the long, hard winter. So we kind of dodged a bullet there. But Marsh Road, there's some talk about putting a bike trail there, which would require widening Marsh Road. That would be a significant cost project, again, because of the relatively high groundwater in certain parts of that.
Can I ask a question?
not sure, it's kind of in the rumor, or gee, wouldn't it be nice if stage at this point, isn't it?
When I talked to the county, because it's designated in the county bike trail, if we redo the road, they would require a bicycle path, they thought.
And we'd have to pay for it.
Yes. That is the road that I'm looking at for a trip D in 2 years. And there are places on there where we could possibly just overlay them and do a combination of pulverizing and paving and overlays. But if we have to add a lane, have to add 3 feet to it, I don't know that you can do that and overlay next to it. I think you'd end up having to do something different with the existing roadway to get that 3 feet in there. And then you're widening the road. I don't know, would we have to purchase land from the landowners to get the easement? Because it would be a wider, or would it still be within the 66 feet?
I'm sure
It'd still be in the
within
66
right of way.
feet, so.
Yeah.
But regardless, you would have the excavation costs, because there's ditches on both sides, and it's a high water area. And to do that, to get that job for the trip D, we would have to have engineering. We'd have to have somebody come out and do core samples and check it out. The gentleman that was just here from Payne and Dolan said he would be willing to come out with me next year and go through everything. I don't know if the gentleman from Wolfwood again, because he was talking about retiring. But what I would like to do is get more than one opinion and get some ideas from them and find out where we can get a good engineering firm that's not gonna cost us an arm and a leg, but will do a reasonably good job. So that's kind of where Marsh Road is. And it would fit the profile of the trip D because it is a highly trafficked agricultural road with S&R driving on it.
So we'll be continuing to explore that as far as Marsh Road goes. Right now, it's not in bad shape. It could use some repair, but then most of the roads in the town could. Last one was Piper Road. That wasn't the last one we looked at, but that looks like it's going to require an overlay in the near term, and we'll be talking to Cold Spring to coordinate with them with their plans on Piper Road as it goes into the town of Cold Spring.
Possibly.
Possibly. Well, we should talk to them regardless, to see what their plans are. Calkins Road was the last road we went down.
It's in Cold Spring.
What's that?
How far does it go before it's in Cold Spring?
I was just gonna look at that, but I don't have
I definitely mapped it.
that. Just
Right
before you
part
turn,
twenty.
just before you turn the corner to go to Park Rolls.
Okay.
That's the only place where there's a sign that says Palmyra Township.
8/10 of a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there at the corner where you turn the light poles, yep.
And then Calkins Road also could use some work, but right now the traffic there is relatively light, so there just are a number of roads that could use work, but we're not gonna,
There's a petition to annex that one again.
is that the one that'll be annexed? We have to pick and choose our shots because of our budget restrictions, but we'll be making some progress this year and hopefully continue with the preventative maintenance as well as fixing immediate problems.
Wayne, do you ever talk to Novak? Tom?
Yeah, once in a while.
Ask him if he's ever gonna dig that up by Cooper's to see what goes under the road there. That I talked to him about last fall.
Okay. Can do that.
Because we think it's a drain tile that goes underneath there that maybe failed. But I patched it, Ken Kennard patched it early last year, and then I patched it in the middle of the summer, and the patch held up. But there's a pretty good whoop-de-doo on there. else.
Any questions from anybody?
Do we normally post for bids in the Palmyra Enterprise and the Union, both?
No, I just posted in the Union.
Is that what they usually do, or, I don't know, I have no idea,
I posted in the Union because it has bigger statewide readership,
okay,
and that's where they found, everybody that's came here saw it in the Union.
okay.
And there's a lot of other companies with questions on bids.
Mm-hmm,
They also got it out of the union.
okay.
It's just bid tools and different places. that-
I would think it's got higher circulation,
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
which, is there an official newspaper for the town or not?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, I know normal meeting notices are usually posted in the Palmyra Enterprise, but I think
Which
they're,
is, to me, I think the Union has better readership in the township than the Enterprise does. It's
But,
more of a village paper.
do we post it in both then?
No.
Oh, you don't, okay.
I mentioned something to the clerk about posting our agendas and stuff in the paper, but she didn't seem to like that idea either. Other towns do it, but that doesn't mean we have to do what other towns do. Okay, we have another highway meeting Monday night at 6:30
Check.
before the regular meeting to open the bids for the crack sealing and chip sealing.
Okay. Move to adjourn.
Zach.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.